Hello, my dears. Today is Oля with you, and I decided to compare Ukrainian and Russian city as a lot of people ask me this question so much. Is Ukrainian and Russian language the same? Is Ukrainian and Russian people the same? Is Ukraine and Russia the same? So today I just decided to compare two cities to show how people live and how looks nature, how looks everything, because I think the cities, they always reflect the soul of people. So I decided today to compare two small cities. One is somewhere in the middle of nowhere. If you will see, this is like this all green, it's all mountains. And I just took one city called Dolina. There is actually nothing really there. And they have 20,000 of people, and this is the center of Dolina district. So this is district center, somewhere in the mountains. And another city which I choose in Russia, this is Krasnoarmeysk, because it has 23,000 of people, so 3,000 people more. It's also district center in Russia, in Saratov region. And as I see, it's not located far from Saratov, the same like Dolina is not located far from, where is that? Ivano-Frankivsk. Actually, it's even more far from their main big city. So I consider that this, and Saratov is actually much bigger than this Ivano-Frankivsk. So I decided it would be great to compare two of them. There is big rivers, so to see how people live and how they care about their city. And let's start to compare two together, and let's start from the main street or somehow central part of the city, so we can understand what is it about and how it looks. Let's try with Russian first. And as I understand, I really don't understand what is the central part of the city, but I understand there is a Russian post and there is a lot of shops you see there. So I understand that this is somehow the central part of the city, and Lenin Street always must be something central. So let's just move let's move there and compare. So this is small Russian city, 23,000 of people, yes, and I see that this looks like somehow central square. And this is what they have, by the way. They have Ukrainian Kozak here, and the Ukrainian name of vodka, Horilka. This is the Ukrainian name of vodka. And this is what we have. Let's move a little bit. Some kind of shopping center, some streets, some things. And once we didn't move far from the central part, let's just move to Ukrainian central part of the city. And as I understand, this is somewhere there. This city is 3,000 people less, but actually we consider like all the same. This is central part of Ukrainian city. Let's move a little bit around. So we can understand the main idea how the same city with the same status lived in Ukraine and in Russia. Okay, we just moved a little bit, and let's back to Russian one. The Russian one, we just continue going on the same main street and see which kind of houses they have. This is what we see around. This is what we see around. There is some shop, the old one actually. It looks like really old. Some houses, which actually looks normal. And wooden houses, by the way, very traditional for Russian. It calls Russian izba. And police car, by the way. And this, how Google says, this is 2017, so it's how it looks nowadays. And so many Russian cars, by the way. See the road. People is walking just on this parts. Okay, let's back to Ukrainian one. For Ukrainian one, let's walk a little bit on this part, just moving from the center. You see it's old, actually this was the central street, so we just moved a little bit. And let's go down more far from the center. This is houses, sidewalks, how people live, how people walk. You can see a lot of people on the street, and this is the same size of the street and the same amount of population, and there is nothing special in this city to have something. Let's move around to see the houses, to see how everything is organized. I think you got the main idea. Now let's move to some other part of the city, just to make it more better. Let's check the Soviet Street. I know that Soviet Street is also something central. Oh wow. See how people walk here? I have no idea. And you can see that people really live in here. And this is actually their street where they walk every day. Right? This is how it is. See, even someone really walking here. Now in Russian city, let's move somewhere. I see there is some college or university, so let's move and see what they have. Oh my goodness. What a crazy things. How in city can be such roads? You know, we have this really in villages sometimes, but not in the district center, not in the city. And it seems like there is some college. This one. So people study there. See around? What's around college? Let's see some college in Ukrainian city. There is something there. The central library. And you can see around that steel. And again, I just remind you that this is the same size, the same status of city in Ukraine and in Russia. So guys, I don't tell you anything, just make your conclusion. What do you think about these two cities? Both have the same status, both have the same amount of population, but I think you already understand my likes and dislikes, and I'm just waiting for your comments. What do you think about this kind of video, and if you like my comparisons or not? Love you guys all. Bye.